Hello, little mankind. In the case of Missy Bevers, I was able to prove what is fact about the speculations of a prosthesis leg of the killer. For those who don't know this case so good, I show in the beginning video 2 minutes.
A community who will gather tonight to remember a mother killed 8 years ago in Midlothian, southwest of Dallas.
Yeah, police still have not made any arrests in that case. Fox 4's Dan Godwin live this morning in Midlothian with more. Dan.
And Brandon, this is a mystery that remains a source of sorrow, often anguish for many people in this community. Behind me is the memorial tree planted for Missy Bevers 1 year ago. Today marks exactly 8 years since her murder. And despite an intensive police investigation in which detectives followed up thousands of tips, still no one has been arrested. Missy was a 45-year-old mother of 3. She was killed on April 18th, 2016 at the Creekside Church of Christ here in Midlothian. She was there to teach an early morning fitness class. There was surveillance video from that morning, now grimly familiar to many. A mysterious person in tactical gear with a distinct walk can be seen roaming the halls, clutching a hammer. Bevers was discovered with puncture wounds to the head and chest. Then there's this video, a silver Nissan Altima seen in the area before Missy's death. Still, though, the killer in this case remains at large. On this day last year, as we mentioned, the tree to honor Missy's memory was planted here at Kimmel Park, and a memorial stone was placed. The community members who made this effort say they want to make sure Missy's case is kept alive in the public's consciousness until it is solved and Missy's family can have some kind of closure. With that in mind, a candlelight vigil is scheduled at this location. That gathering set to take place at 7 p.m. this evening. Live in Midlothian, Dan Godwin on Good Day.
Okay, so as we saw, this guy had a strange walk. So from the beginning, the people saw that this guy walks strange. And so from the beginning there was the speculation that this guy could have a prosthetic leg. This speculation I never read in the media, but in the social media. And as far as to say prosthetic leg, yes, this is a good thought. So let's look. Here he's walking quite normal, but in the next video you see here he is walking a little bit strange. Okay, so but the people who thought to a prosthetic leg, they made a big mistake. They made big mistakes, and not only mistakes. There's one guy who is manipulating videos. Also in other cases, this is a kind of lie. If you manipulate, as he did manipulate, and he said, I'm presenting more details, but it is a lie. He changed the details. Okay, this is one of these guys, in my opinion, is a clear liar, like a criminal. Okay, but the discussion about the prosthetic leg is good, and so I want before I now I present my conclusions, and then I go back to what the others say, and I compare it. So I can say both legs. On this treadmill, a guy is walking, and he's walking so good. It would be possible that this killer has two prosthetic legs, but this I cannot prove, and it is not necessary. It shall be open if one or two, but his left leg is 100% a prosthetic leg, and I can show what he is. I can show. You see, this guy has something like a petrol boots, and he has on top of the boots, this guy here has his trousers in the boots, but this guy has it outside, you know. But these petrol boots, they help hide the prosthetic leg that he has. So he has the prosthetic leg in the petrol boots, or boots that are similar to petrol boots, and on top he has the trousers. And you know, and in here I show, you know, or here, the petrol boots are as wide as a man, a healthy man with good meat at his, how is it called? How is it? A moment, I have to look. Is it called calves? Yes, the calves of a healthy man, they define how wide these, for example, petrol boots are. But when you go in these boots with a prosthetic that is very thin, and it could be even thinner than here, then you get this result, you know. When you put your legs in this position, then this prosthetic does not fill out, you know, the space of this. And this is the proof. This is definitely the proof for that, together with the other informations, the left leg of this guy is a prosthetic. You have here the proof, you know. And I have another proof. For example, here, he is standing here, and you get again this. You get a left leg again, you know. He is here. He has this thin metal stuff, and this is not filling out the space, and therefore, when he is leaning forward somehow, his prosthetic getting like I show it here, when it get in contact to the front side, then there is a huge gap at the end, and this is here. So this they are several positions where you see this. This can be regarded as a proof. This is a proof, and now. So now the discussion or the search for this killer can go this way, that you can say his left foot, his left leg, he has a prosthetic. This is for sure. This is for sure. But now you see, look clear to this. You see. What you see here, this is this guy, and he has this. He has a shoe, and from the shoe, he get this. He comes with his prosthetic. He's in this prosthetic, but this is not the case in this case of the killer here. In the case of the killer, he definitely has such kind of boots, and this is the new fact, one of the new facts that I can prove, and I'm criticizing very much what one of these guys, one man of these praised private investigators, I call him criminal. He is lying, he is betraying. This is not an accident, because I know other stuff from him. He is really betraying. This is not a goodwill. This is not a mistake. He wants to be famous, and he is lying and betraying. And now I show what I mean. This lady, I'm not against her, but she is citating something, and now watch.
The mystery of what happened to Missy Bevers has captured the attention of so many people, including some of the best analytical minds in the true crime community.
And I can only laugh about this. Best analytical minds. So wait.
There have been creators who have viewed all of the surveillance videos for hundreds and hundreds of hours, trying to find any small detail that could possibly lead to more information about the killer. They have been able to capture still frames of the killer's side profile, which can give people a better idea of what kind of nose.
No, this is bullshit. But I ignore this.
And general face shape that they may have, since their face is covered by that face mask in the majority of the footage. One creator named Aaron Stoner has
Now the problem begins.
meticulously gone through and enhanced thousands of photo and video frames, adjusting light and color settings to make anything that may have been missed in the footage more visible. Based on some of his enhanced images, he...
No. This is not making something more visible. This is manipulating.
believes that the killer...
I show you from where this comes. Moment. So, this is the original photo here. Yeah, okay. The proportions. Okay. There are other things that are really manipulated. I call okay, this photo I don't it's not necessary to call it manipulated in this way, like other photos were manipulated. Here you know, manipulated. There are I'm also, let me show what I mean. Wait. Okay, I show you something. This is a picture of the killer, and I can change colors, for example. And here with this I can show, you know, this killer has his trousers not in the boots, so the trousers are outside, you know. You can, from this picture you don't know, does this guy has normal shoes and trousers, or has he boots and the trousers outside? But you can show he has not the the trousers inside. This you can show, for example, in these manipulations. The shoes have another color than the trousers, but this is only possible, this is a normal picture. There you cannot know. But when you change the color, you can show something. So I don't call this manipulation, because all is true. I only change something to make something better visible. This is good, but this guy that I mean here, he was doing things with pictures that are not allowed, that are really manipulation. But okay, in this case, I don't have to. Okay, in this case, what I say, what he is doing is, yeah, okay, it's now. I made a mistake to use this image to say he is lying. Okay, I know other things from him, but okay, here I regret because the difference between here and here is not. Yeah, this is not the proof for that he did something bad. He did the same like I did. Yeah, it was a bad example. He's an asshole. He's betraying in some cases, but here I made the mistake. Okay, good. So, also, but let's come back to the main stuff. He is when you look to this, you think, aha, yeah, this seems to be the same like what was like what I was showing. Right. Like I was showing here, but no, this is not true. Truth is, this guy has such boots, and this is the but when he is standing in this extreme light from this reflecting floor, the light of this reflecting floor, then you don't see this good. You see, he is standing in the light of the reflecting floor, and this is changing something, so that it seems that this is here more narrow than that it is indeed. It is only showing this guy has his trousers outside, but he has boots on, and you can say, but here is this too narrow for boots. But look, this is something. This quality of this picture is so bad that this can happen. You cannot go here and measure and say, oh, we have here only very little. This cannot be boots or something. No, when you have such bad resolution and together with light, you cannot make this kind of conclusion and say, this is here too narrow. This cannot be boots. No. Here, these people don't understand how to interpret, how to make interpretation of pictures that I have such bad resolution. So the conclusions that they make are false, and so no, I go back to where is now this, and so okay, now we are back here, and listen to this lady talking about true crime.
Killer may actually have a prosthetic leg. This would explain the killer.
Yeah, this is absolutely wrong. He wants to show that he has here a prosthetic leg, that you see a prosthetic leg, and this is wrong because this guy is in boots. This guy is in boots. This kind of petrol, for example, petrol boots. This because the proof for boots, the proof for prosthetic legs is not what you see downside here in the things of the in this reflection, in this very light zone. This is not the proof. He wants to tell us this is the proof what we see downside here, but and he wants to say that we see real the prosthetic, and this is wrong. This is wrong. Here I use this prosthetic, only to show the geometry of the or the position of such a prosthesis in the boots. This I only wanted to show, but the proof is this picture together with moment. Together with this picture, this guy has definitely boots, because the boots, you have the boots, and then you have the trouser on top of the boots, but when he is leaning somehow into the boots with his leg, prosthetic leg, and he is contacting the front part, then in the difference, this or how to call it? Wait, I have to look. Versatz. Offset. Nee. This is wrong. This is Versatz. Differenz oder das. Oder Abstand. This you have a little bit a distance, differential distance, how to call it, from this you know how. Okay, I manipulate this picture somehow to show you. Right. Okay, if you look here, oh. So, for example, here, for example, is the knee. Let's look at this. Make it yellow. Make it, okay, like this. This is too thick. So, and now this. For example, you see, maybe like this. So he is leaning with his prosthetic to the front side of the boots, and because the prosthesis is thin and not like the calves of a healthy man, for what these boots are designed. Therefore, in the rear part, you get a big gap. Gap is the word that I was searching. Gap. You get a big gap. But okay, and then you have your trouser. You're hiding this a little bit, but here you have this shape of the boot, and this is causing this gap here, or how to call this distance, and this is the proof. This is the proof, and this is together. It is in two positions, you know, in this position and in this position. This is in several positions. The left leg it has this strange gap inside, you know, or this difference here, and this is the real geometric proof. This is proof, you know. The other things is speculation, and what I show is the proof. What they are doing is speculation, wrong speculation, you know. It's a wrong speculation. This seems this seems so convincing, you know. He has a blue trouser, he has a brown shoe, and between he has this, and this is, you know, this, I mean, this I called lie, but it is wrong, you know. But it is not so. It is not so wrong that you must call it manipulation, you know, or it is not a lie. you can say, okay, here he tried to make something visible that he thought that is there, and but he did not. I have something in mind where he let me. What's the right word? Wait, what is the right word? To retouch, also really to change something, and this I cannot this moment allegation, glaube, accusation, I cannot prove with this picture. I saw it in other pictures, and I saw that he is again publishing the wrong conclusions or somehow, but I cannot prove the accusation of criminal behavior in this case. Okay. But it is wrong that this discussion is going in the wrong direction. This guy has what you analyzing in this kind of light and in this resolution, you cannot say that you cannot measure somehow and say this is really here so narrow. In this case, with this resolution, you get sometimes such strange stuff when in reality, you know, this is he has he would have such boots. They can in some circumstances appear like this. Yeah. For example, another case, you know, wait, I go to my website just to make something I was in another case. I was analyzing, for example, pictures in very bad resolution, and for example, you know, this guy was searched in this picture, and I was analyzing that, or the police was looking for a guy who had a t-shirt that was white and blue and black, all together, one t-shirt, and I was showing that indeed this guy was wearing such a t-shirt, black and white, and over this, on top of this, he had this this kind, you know, when a sports team is using this stuff. I show you another. I show you another. Show you this. So. because this a guy who is coming from sport, you know, playing in a team with this would solve the case. But when you're searching for a guy that has a shirt with different colors, blue and white and black, and this is not leading to the things. And now, you know, in this case, I worked with very pictures in very bad resolution, and I learned how this you cannot trust your eyes so good. You cannot measure so good in this. Here somehow it was possible that I could prove that this here and here, and in other colors here and here, that this is these parts, these side parts of this. So okay, but as I only want to show you, I have experience with analyzing pictures in bad resolution, and when you don't have this experience, you think let me show. You think it could not be that this guy is wearing boots, because it would be too narrow here, what you see. But in this situation, with this special light in the background, this reflecting and this low resolution, you cannot say this is too narrow for boots. No, this is only if you're not experienced in the interpretation of such pictures. Yeah, okay. So yeah, now we go back to this woman and her talk.
That the killer may actually have a prosthetic leg. This would explain the killer's walk, and he shows some frames where the killer's ankle appears to be very thin.
Yeah,
and could resemble
this I wanted to say. When you're not experienced with the interpretation of such pictures, and then in this reflecting light, you can come to this conclusion that it is so thin and so. But this is only because these people have not experience
the hardware on a prosthetic. However, others think that the images are just too low in resolution to say for certain.
Yeah. That's right. In this, you know, in this reflecting light on the floor, you cannot say this. Here the pictures are too low. But what I found out, this is and this is possible to, these conclusions are possible. This guy definitely has on the left leg a prosthetic leg. I was, you know, I had this is I even thought he has two prosthetic legs, and now I show you something. You know, there are so much different stadium of how good someone can walk with this. And for example, this guy is learning to walk. You see, he can walk. Here he has these sticks, but he's learning. And just look now, this guy is running. This guy is running about with two prosthetic, and there are guys who can walk so very, very good. When they, and even he is still learning. But when you have such legs for maybe 10 or 20 years, maybe this is a Iraq a veteran or something, you know, and has many years his legs. So this guy even could have 2 prosthetic legs, but one is definitely proved. And now, you know, maybe you don't like me. Maybe you say this guy called us my little mankind at the beginning of the video, or this guy is arrogant, or this. Okay, think what you want. You can call me an asshole, but no one is allowed, you know, to ignore truth. When I have good arguments, then one thing is the argument, the other thing is that I'm an asshole, if you think so. But it is not allowed. When we live in a society and we say, okay, we want to have justice, the truth shall reign, and the killer shall be caught, and all this. And I also using my gifts in this direction. Then no one is allowed to ignore it. You don't have to think that I'm a nice guy. You can call me an asshole, whatever you want, but the arguments are the arguments. It is not allowed to ignore them. Of course, when someone is stupid and he is not realizing the quality of these arguments, then you can you're like a child. A child sometimes, yeah, they have possibilities to be ignorant, but yeah, as an adult, you are not allowed. There's no possibility to ignore arguments without making a mistake. Ja, so, also, nochmal. All what she showed were speculations, but what I'm showing, speculations, and because these other people are right when they say the resolution is too low to tell this with certainty out of this picture. Yes, this is right. This is speculation, and from this picture, you have not enough certainty for to say that what you see is a prosthetic here, down, there. Okay, but my argumentation is not a speculation, because my argumentation is not what you see so in this shining light also, but my argumentation is a geometric argumentation, and it is 100%. Yeah, there is no speculation, no space for speculation or something. What I show you is 100% sure. It is not in the in the area of speculation, because for this what I'm showing, I don't need or I have enough resolution and enough certainty. Yes, with these two pictures, this is in both in both cases it is a left leg, and in both cases you have this clear gap or this clear difference, and this has the quality of a proof. This has the quality of a proof for my kind of argumentation and proof. There's enough resolution. You know, it is important that you realize this is a proof. This is not a speculation, and this means this needs to find its way in the official media reporting, in the official police announcements. This is a proof for a prosthetic leg on the left side. This is, you know, this is important to realize. This is not anymore true crime community speculation. This is a proof that must find its way in the official announcements and search for this guy. And first, there is a responsibility in this true crime community. I don't feel as a part of a true crime community, because, you know, I have so many cases where I have proof for something, real hard proof, and I get ignored many years. It is you know, when you feel a true crime community, this is something when you are all on somehow on the same level, not one a little bit more, one a bit less, but you know, you have this professional profiler and analyst in the FBI and CIA and wow, the high end quality experts and then below, somewhere below, you have this true crime speculation guys, and we are not, they think we are a community, and we and so we are also so somehow the same. Yeah, and I was not arrogant from the start, but I was so much ignored with proof anywhere in the true crime community and in the at the authorities, in so many cases that, okay, today I'm using words, you know, somehow you cannot even dream how extreme I'm today. But anyway, I'm still presenting always very high quality facts and argumentations, and the experience in the public made me not feel anymore. I wanted to be a normal, I'm a normal social being, you know, but I'm also resilient. When I get ignored, don't back down. I'm not getting depressive only. I'm getting, I'm raising, you know. And so I raised so much that today I'm a difficult guy. You don't know so the situation in Germany, but today, okay, you can criticize me, but okay. So in this case, I've said maybe enough. It is a proof for the and it has to find its way in the official announcements. It is a proof. This guy has a prosthetic leg in the left side, and he is in boots. He is in boots, and he has his trousers over its boots. So the boots, we cannot find him because he has boots. Because you can buy these boots. It is belonging to this uniform that he has, and so the things. The information for finding this guy is that he has on the left side this prosthetic leg, and until now it was speculation. It was good speculation, yes. Also, the idea to prosthetic leg was good. I had this for my own, but others had it before, so I cannot prove that I had it for my own. And it was in the world before I came to this case and recognized it by my own the thought to a prosthetic leg. And in the beginning, I was not so. My argumentation were only about how he was walking, and I thought, yeah, but now I have this 100% proof by this geometric what I showed. Good. Now I go to my website called moment. Also, there are many cases where I have real proof. For example, a murder case in Austria, and there were knives involved. But no, knives involved, and this was also here. This was also that I was analyzing pictures. I'm not only doing analyzing of pictures, but here it was. So let me. I try to show all from one. You know, when I show it all on one page. Here you have different pages of different files, and there are different pictures of a knife. One picture of a knife laying in the garden like this. One knife, one picture of a knife in the file, like this, that you see the blade, and here one picture that you have this the blade, this sheet, knife sheet, or how is it called? So, and I had this, you know, and I could, and the police said this, it was like it was for the judge and all, the police, and so it was all clear. This is all the same knife. There were no talks about the different knife also, and I proved then that what they call that it's all the same knife, you know. I was taking these photos, analyzing it, and Professor stated that what I did to bring the knives in this position to compare them, that I did not change, you know, that I will read it, you know. This is page 11, okay. Moment. I will read it. As I was comparing these knives, but you see here, I show how when you change the perspective, how this when you turn the knife, then, for example, this part gets smaller, this part gets bigger, and here I only wanted to explain that I'm aware, totally aware of all geometric special situations, you know, what you have to be aware. And here, this is the professor, doctor, engineer. His name is Ulrich Briem. Here I was not showing his name because I didn't know for what cases I will use this, but I can say it is Professor Dr. Engineer Ulrich Briem, and he is University Regensburg in Germany, and he said he gave a statement to what I have done. If I did something that in the end did not allow to make these conclusions, what I did, but no, this guy wrote, the geometrical analysis that you've done are correct. Therefore, also your conclusions are correct. Yeah, okay, and it is difficult to imagine why this should have been done, but it is what you see. It is what you see after my work. You see, you have 3 different knives. This one knife is this below. This is knife 1, this below, and this is much longer. You know, this is much longer. You see here, this is a totally different knife sheet. When you look to the colors, it is clear, it is different. But okay, someone can say, the color can change and so and so. So my argumentation is even worthy without the argument of the color. But the distances, you know, the distances. When you look here, it is so much open. This you see so much from the blade, in it is here only a little bit longer here when you make this line than here. So this knife has a longer blade. You know, this knife has a longer blade. You can say you could here you don't know if maybe when you put it on this would be if it would not fit, but it is fitting. And when you put it on the knife sheet, or the knife in the knife sheet, and then this would be much smaller, this knife. So this is one thing. And you know, this knife has this like a little saw, you know, these marks, and they are not in the same line, you know. This is different knife here, and also here when you have this in a line, and you have a line here, then also this part must be in a line when it is the same knife. And there are many conclusions. So in truth, these are three different knives. Knife 1, then this and this is knife 2, and knife 3 is another knife. And so the police manipulated the murder weapons because this is a difficult story, but I try a little bit to explain. You see, I had the files, and so I want to show something. So, you see, this is the crime. This is the same house. In this crime, in this house, the murder was committed, and there was a young 16-year-old or a boy. He was learning the job in this firm, you know, and this was his room here in the back side of the house, and in the front side of the house was a bureau, and there the lady in the bureau, the secretary, was killed, stabbed, and later she was brought in the room of this innocent boy who was learning this profession here. And one of the killers had his room here, but in this, official, this is only he was not accused. You know, this is my conclusion, that he was involved, and so I can. This arrow is from me, and so. They wanted, in the end, the killers wanted to say that this boy was the killer. So they brought the victim in his room, and so and so, and then it was like this. In the first, the killer was in this room, and he threw the murder weapon out of the window in the garden to this side, and this point C, this is here point C, and this is when I want to make it short, Seite 36, and this landed let's take this. This landed in this little garden, you know. There are cows going around, and that the cows don't go to the vegetables. They made this fence, and inside this fence is a little garden, and there oh, this is difficult to explain, and therefore yeah, okay, therefore also this guy threw it out of the window. Moment. 3,6. So this guy threw the murder weapon out of the window into, and it landed there. So, and when they said, then when the police came, the police was criminal. They were friends to the real murderers. So the corrupt cops, corrupt police, together with the real killer, manipulated the case and wanted to blame this innocent 16-year-old boy. And they brought the victim, the stabbed victim in his room, and so they said he was it. And then they wanted to take the police wanted then to get the murder weapon, and even it was not his weapon. In this whole case, it was around 1990. There was. Of course, there were not so, DNA was already not so common, but fingerprints, 100 years we work with fingerprints. And in this case, no fingerprints were taken. No fingerprints were taken. The police, these criminal guys, these devils, they said to their forensic department, we don't need fingerprints. So because we know who is the murderers. They are so stupid, you know. This case is on one side it is you have to laugh about such idiots. It's unimaginable. It was Austria in the around 1990, also not so long ago, also not in the 1800s. So okay, no things were taken, no fingerprints. So they wanted to say, the murder, we take the murder weapon. Because the murderer told them where it is, and they wanted to take it and blame the boy and say this is his weapon. Even there were no fingerprints of him, no DNA, no nothing. It was the knife from the real murderer, and it had nothing to do with this innocent boy. But they wanted to say this is his weapon, and he killed it. He killed her. And there's the blood, and now we have the murderer. So, but when they went there, they did not find it. He threw the knife in the garden, but when the police wanted to take it, they did not find it. So, this was the first moment where they had to manipulate something. Okay, they said, okay, we don't have the real murder weapon and blame it on the boy. So now we take the boy's knife, but that has no blood on it, but say, okay, the boy, he killed her with this knife, even if there's no blood. This is so unimaginable crazy, you know. You think, okay, but the fingerprints would prove the one thing, and the blood would prove the other thing. They cannot say. They could say. They are so terribly stupid. You know, this is how. Like people, they cannot read and write. They are working with the sheep and the cows in the mountains. They are so unimaginable. stupid. They were so unimaginable stupid that you have to laugh the whole time, only if you think about what they thought that they can do. And in the end, they were protected with this bullshit by all higher authorities. It is unimaginable. This case is such a sensation. It is, and it is so it has so much how to call it, Unterhaltungswert. It is so entertaining. It is, yeah, I don't want it, a woman died, but I'm sorry, but on the other hand, it's unimaginable, crazy and ridiculous. So, okay, so this was the first moment. So, in the beginning, they wanted to find the real murder weapon and that was not belonging to the boy, with the blood of the victim, but with no fingerprints, no DNA of the boy. But they want to blame it on him. But then they did not find the real murder weapon. And then they took the innocent knife of the innocent boy and said, now this is our murder weapon. So and then now I show the knives again. Moment. And then the following happened. So this below is the knife of the innocent boy. This first. So but you know what you're seeing here, moment. What you're seeing here. This little carbon, this little, how do you call it? Notches. These little notches. The coroner said the murder weapon must have notches. But you see now this knife, you don't see, you see it only in this knife sheet. You don't see the blade because this knife does not have notches. So you see this how this went. When they did not find the real murder weapon, they used the knife from this innocent boy. But then the coroner came and said the knife must have these notches. And then the police bought jetzt muss ich sagen, Moment. Ja, genau. And then the police, this betraying criminals, these corrupt cops, they went in the shop or somehow and bought this knife only to present a knife with notches. And then they said, this is the knife, and they said, okay, this is the same knife than this. You see, it's totally different. But they said this knife here, knife 3, is the same like knife 1. Only in this case we show the blade, and here we show the knife in the sheet. And this is a dirty lie. Yeah, because for example, you see, it is totally different. Even if you ignore the colors, but you don't have to ignore them so extreme. But even if you do, this is another geometry. This is, for example, it is not a nail, but something similar to a nail. What is going through? This is at another position, and the length is different, and so it is not the same. It is not the same knife. But this, you know, that you can compare the knife so good. This I have done, and the professor stated that what I have turned around and changing the size, and so that this was I did correct. You know, I did it in the right proportions. I was not manipulating it so that it's that you cannot compare it. Yeah, and then something crazy happened. So in the beginning, so in this stadium, then they bought this knife to show a knife with notches, and then something strange happened. You know. I show you. So here you have this garden, you have this let's take this picture here from yours. Yeah, you have this garden where there was a school for a few children, a little place, and a few children in this place in the mountains, and they near the school they had a little garden, and so. Aber first, erst this. Then they arranged. This was arranged. Genau. This knife is the knife of the innocent boy, and they arranged it as if they have found it here. But this was staged, you know. The real murderer threw the knife in this direction of this little garden from the window. So, and then they did not find the original weapon. Then they took the knife of the innocent boy and arranged a finding that this was one of the cops later admitted it. That his chief was the main criminal. He forced him to do this. And so they arranged something as if they found this knife of the boy here, but it was not true. They took it from him, the innocent knife with no blood, with nothing, from the innocent boy. They threw it at the place where they expected the knife, but the real murder knife, but they had not found it, and then they staged something. So, but a few weeks later, a little girl was sent from the teacher to bring some vegetables from the garden, and then she went. And then she found somehow between the vegetables, the real murder weapon. And so these crazy idiot cops, they took this real murder weapon also in their files, and later they totally mixed it all up. They had, in the end, they had photos from different knives, and they mixed it all up, and so 3 different knives were in the files. And this process against this innocent boy took place around 1991 and so, and these things, and he was found guilty and sent to prison. He was because he was 16. He got not life, but he had to serve maybe 15 years, or I don't know. And then later he was released. But the real murderer. I know who it is. I know it for sure, and I can prove it. But in Austria, it is such a criminal situation. If you go to police, you have to show a proof or something. They in the past they destroyed proofs. They took you know, I cannot go to the police and tell what I have, because when I show my proof, they will destroy it. In Austria, it's one of the worst criminal countries of the world. You think Austria is such a lovely and things. A nice country, but it is one of the most criminal and corrupt countries of the world. Okay, but yeah, also this girl, and here what I'm thinking is if what you see here could be the part of the knife. But this is only speculation. So I have in this analysis proof for many things, and this I call speculation. It can be that the real murder knife. You know, this is the photo of what they did when they made these manipulated pictures of the wrong knife. You know, this was staged, this was manipulated, this was a fake photo. Under this sheet, they say there is a knife, and we found it, and this is the knife that they took from this boy, because they did not find the real knife. And what I wanted to do, and then I said that there were such extreme idiots that maybe if you look better to this situation, maybe you find the real knife, because the girl found the knife in the later, and I thought maybe you see it already on the picture, and then I did some analysis, but I don't say yes, this is a proof, this is a knife. No, the quality is not good enough that you can make this conclusion for sure. Okay, so let's stick to this. To this, you know, this is a proof. This is a proof for a really big scandal. This is a proof that the police manipulated the knives, and it is not possible, you know. The true crime community and the media and the authorities, even though I have professor that stated that I did it right, what I did, they are still talking bullshit. You know, I can prove something that these knives were manipulated, and that there are three different knives. But even it is a proof, but I don't get to the brains of these idiots. The journalists are idiots. The public, you know, they and the true crime community, they are idiots. They don't realize truth. I found this out in 2017, 8 years ago. Imagine. And I'm struggling, and I was going to all kinds of media, and I was going to authorities. You know, here this is PDF. I went to the Austrian Department of Justice, and you see all these numbers. I went to the different courts, and so you see all the numbers of this in these different stages. All in 2017, I was going everywhere and to the media, and I always meet idiots. So this is on my website. It is unimaginable how much high quality analysis with real proof I have, but this is, you cannot imagine how stupid this society is. This is unimaginable. You think if you have really hard proof, you can show somewhere, you have a argumentation that is proof, you can show it, and they ignore it. It is unimaginable. It is mystic. Another case is a bridge in Austria. Moment. Okay, in Austria, a bridge collapsed, 1996. The Zeugen, wie heißt man Zeugen? The witnesses saw an explosion, heard the explosion, and also this where you earthquakes are registered, you know, Erdbebenwarte. They registered something that cannot explain when a bridge just falls from 10 meters in the water. But an explosion, this you would see on this earthquake Erdbebenwarte, Moment. Earthquake monitoring station. And so a lot of proof spoke that this was an explosion. The collapse was in the middle of the night, you know. In daytime there were trains going on the bridge and a lot of traffic. But then when it collapsed, it was nighttime. Why should the bridge collapse in nighttime when nothing, no one is there? And the day before there were a lot of trains and thousands of tons of on the bridge, you know. So a lot of things were strange, and there would also be a reason why to blow this bridge up, because here you see there's some pictures of this. This was the collapse. So here you see. So it was collapsed. So this is the collapsed bridge. So you see it fell in the river. And the explanation why such things could be done is, or the motive why someone should do something is because this it is, okay. So this was a bridge that collapsed in Vienna, and here they wanted to build this, and what they did here, this how is it called? This is for electricity here, something, and this is I ask my how is it called? How is it called? Moment. Starstufe. Dam. Ja, let's call it dam oder Schleuse. Floodgate. Okay, they wanted to build a something like a dam with a floodgate, and to produce electricity. But when they do it, the ships, when you do it here, then the level of the river would rise, and when there is a lot of rain and high water, then the ships would not fit under the bridge. So they had to rebuild the bridge, but this was a special bridge. The people liked it, this old bridge, and they would not allow to tear it down and build another bridge, so they did it in secret, and so this was the reason to blow it up. So, but they tried to do it at night, but they made mistakes and one person died. And here it is about, the question, was it blown up or was it an accident? There were a commission, and they wrote a long analysis, and where they in the end came to the conclusion it was an accident. Someone sent me the files of this case, and I looked to the files, and I found out, I read this, this is a part of this, you see how this is hundreds of pages, all this stuff, and I read it, and I read every detail, and then I came to this sentence, that there was found Neumannsche Bänder. And then I inform myself, Neumannsche Bänder is the same thing like Neumannsche Linien. And when you find this, this is the proof for that it was blown up. Sprengung. That this metal was blown up. Yeah. So this, you know, and so what happened here? The explanation must be that there were different professors of different sciences, and one got pieces of metal from this this bridge, and he was analyzing it, and he found out that there was this Neumannsche Bänder, and so later the main scientist, who was an architect here, he took this information, Neumannsche Bänder, but he did not understand what it means. So he wrote this in his report, in this final report. So in the final report, it is documented. This is not what I'm saying. The scientists found out that there are Neumannsche Bänder, and they wrote this in the final report, and did not realize what it means, because in the moment that they write Neumannsche Linie in the final report, this is the proof for explosion. So they don't want to say explosion, but they did not realize that when in the moment they admit Neumannsche Linie, it's proof, it's over. In the moment this in the moment this how is it called? The metallographic science professor. In the moment this science is looking through the electronic microscope, you know, and they see this, and they write it in their report. It is over. It is over. And so they mentioned this by themselves in their own final report. They mentioned this, and they did not realize it's over. It's over. In the moment they mentioned this, it's over. It's an explosion. And this happened 1976, and no one, they wanted to lie. They had they were corrupt scientists. They had the task to lie, and they lied, but they made a mistake. They were so stupid to make a mistake when they lied. And this is so epic. This is so epic that they wrote the truth in their own report, and no one was able to realize. And this is also around 7 or 8 years. I found this out, and I go to the public. I go to the media. This is, you know, this is like 9/11. This is like 9/11, but it is, yeah. Also 9/11 is proof, and they ignore it. But there are people that are interested. There are some criminals that ignore 9/11. But many people are interested, and they look. But in my proofs, you know, I only get in contact with the criminals and with the idiots, and very, very, very few people. Only very, very, very few, a handful of people. They support me somehow. So. I make terrible things, experiences. The whole true crime community that I experience in Germany and anywhere else, they are as corrupt, if they are not corrupt, then they are total idiots. I have absolute 100% high quality proof. You know, this is epic. The proof is in their own report. And this is epic. This is epic. My life, you cannot imagine. You cannot imagine that a human being living a life like me. You cannot imagine how much sensations I have found out, have proof, and get ignored. You cannot imagine that this world is like it is. What I'm experiencing in this world, this is catastrophic. It is terrible. It is unimaginable. You can get crazy of it. Some people think I already got, but no. Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff. And I said I got this in this case. I said I got this. Files from someone. I can't tell you how I got these files. It was the case in this case with these knives. I got in contact with a guy named also das ist Angelika Vöger. Und this guy named John Leake. So, and this guy, he was, you see, he had he wrote a book called A Long Time. And this is the case Duncan McPherson, and in several situations he mentioned also this case Angelika Vöger, because this guy studied in Austria, and he came in contact. He somehow got in contact with this case, and this is the website of this husband of this killed lady, and here this John Leake is mentioned. He helped somehow, and I also can there's also video here. Okay, this is the case Duncan McPherson. But there's also right. Vögel. Hier, ja, aber das ist... Okay, I don't have to write video here, but he was involved in this case, and I also, and there we met, and then we had again also contact in this case. Duncan McPherson. And there first we were good colleagues, so we worked together somehow, and later he somehow betrayed me, or how to say, he took the conclusions that I found out, and did not mention that they are from me, and yeah, he somehow betrayed the public, because you know this. He wrote a mail to this friend in Austria, and this friend in Austria was this guy who gave me the files of this case of this bridge. These files that I got from the friend of this stuff here. This from the original report I got from the friend of John Leake, and he wrote this John Leake wrote to his friend in Austria about me. Also John Leake wrote 2007, in the year 2017, to his friend in Austria, this guy who later gave me the files from this bridge in Austria, and he wrote about what I have helped him in the case Duncan McPherson. And he wrote, "Close is the real deal. For my second book, I talked to about 50 doctor, professor, court-certified experts in every field, and none saw what Close saw. He would be an invaluable resource for your documentary as long as he behaves himself. Regards, John." And this that I found out more than 50 doctor, professor, court-certified expert, and so on. This later he hid it from the public, because in his book he already published the wrong stuff, and then he hid it from the public what was the real truth. Because they all, in the case Duncan McPherson, they did thought total bullshit. They had a corpse of they had a body, and there were limbs somehow cut off, and they thought this would be the the truth was this guy was getting in the tracks, and there it happens, the amputation. And these stupid 50 professor, doctor, and experts, they thought the things would have done it. This, you know, what is behind this here? What is the behind? What is this Fräse? How is it called? Milling oder Schneefräse. Snow, not snow blower, not blower. Snow, Fräse, milling machine. Yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. And so this is total bullshit. I was able to prove what happened here. And this is, you know, the credit card had the marks on it, and this came from this milling tool behind the this bully, this grooming machine. Genau, grooming machine. And so, but this cannot, such thing, when it is going fast or so, this never can make this amputation. And this is now from the page from this Duncan McPherson, and this picture he took from me. This, and he did not mention that. So he wrote this book wrong, and he wrote in his book that this, or is it called Tiller? Is it called Tiller? Ah, Snow Tiller, Schneefräse. Okay. This tiller never can amputate something, you know. But I show you what can amputate. But first, yeah. Yeah. This he later yeah, he took like it was his work, but it was my work, and he did not mention me, and this all came from me, and they did totally bullshit, because you know I have the proof. He has only the speculation. Was what he did was only speculation and total bullshit. Because if you tell someone the tiller amputated something, no, never ever. You see, for example, here the hand is in the middle of the hand. It is amputated. This is never ever happening when a fast rotating tiller is working. This fast rotating machine makes little chips maybe, but never ever dividing a limb into two pieces. Never ever. This is technically physical unimpossible. It is impossible and impossible. And this is so a scandal. They did absolutely bullshit. And were dreaming with 50 doctor and professor, still dreaming of something that is impossible. That the tiller made amputation. And then I came. And this is was all my work to prove, not to give a new idea. You know, I proved it. With absolutely certainty, because this is the body. This is the amputation where in the area of the knee, it was also amputated, and you have the marks. You have here marks, and I measured it. I took the measurements. I took the size from the bone, from a typical man in this size. How big is the bone? How wide? And then I had orientation, and I could use these measurements to look how far from each other are these marks here. You know, here's mark, here's marks, here's marks, and I proved with 100% forensic certainty how this leg went into this tracks, and how these tools made these marks. And these things here, they have a certain distances of this machine, and this and certain sizes, and all this I was able to, I bought this. This is the original part of this machine that killed Duncan McPherson. This part was still existing. You could buy it, and I bought it, and I made these experiences with meat, and I showed how they look, and all the measurements of it. It is 100% high quality forensic proof what was happening. And this was a work of half a year. I was things, and this guy, he praised me for this, and later he stole all my work. He stole my work. These things, John Leake is a piece of shit. He is a liar and a thief and a betrayer. And yes, and here, this is my own excavator. I made these tests, and how, because there is the force to amputate something. In this area, the amputation took place. This is a little excavator, but you see, when you do this, some parts are cut good, and on the other side, you see, on this side it is cut good, on the other side you have still flesh, and you have to use a knife. And this is what I show. And here, I don't show the content, but there were hundreds of mails where I also, with the mother of this victim, as Duncan McPherson, and here's the mother, Linda McPherson. I was the total insider, but in the end, they this John Leake was he seemed more influential to him, and so they took his side, and ignored me. And I did the work. I got the sensation, and they ignored me. As the public ignored me, and yeah. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. I want to show something. You see, like you shown on the picture with the excavator. On one side, it is cut clear. On the other side, it is so smashed, the flesh. And again here. On one side, it is. This is what I show here. On one side it is cut clear, and on the other side you have to cut it again with a knife because it's so smashed. Yeah, also, but also again also all the measurements. I showed what happened, and until today you have only bullshit. You have only bullshit. You can look around. Duncan McPherson. All is bullshit. All is around this. All mention this. How is this guy? John Leake. All mention him. He is the main expert. All here in Germany, and there is also this Mr. Ballen, all is wrong, you know. There's one person, me, who found out the truth, and I have proof for the truth, and there's existing a society of idiots, a society of idiots that are producing bullshit, that are hiding the truth, and they have no. Yeah, this Mr. Ballen, and I informed him, you know, I go to the people, I go to them, I tell them, oh, you made a mistake, I have proof for that it was the other, I have proof how it was, and so, but they ignore me, and even if they say, okay, you are an asshole, but for example, if I would be a singer, so he has 4 million clicks for this video, you know, and it is the bullshit of Duncan, the bullshit of John Leake. You know, there is no quality, no character, no nothing. You know, this is a endless sea of bullshit. Yeah, there is no. This is like in hell, where devil is reigning, where there's no truth, no interest in truth. This is whatever I do, you know. I have proof, I have sensations, and I live a life between idiots and devils and slime and shit and nonsense. This is all wrong. What they publish about Duncan McPherson, and I have things of the mother of the Duncan McPherson. When I presented my stuff, they were happy. They said, now we know what happened. The problem was that you know, also John Leake was praising me, but the problem was politics. He had already published his book. In this book it was written wrong, and then he praised me to this Austrian guy who later gave me the files of the bridge, and he said this Klaus Feiser, he found out more than 50 professor, doctor, and certified experts that I asked in 8 years. Yeah. So, but the problem was, he had this book out, and this David was wrong. Now I was wrong, so I would have stolen him the show, you know. And first, he was honest, you know. You are a great guy. You found out a big sensation, and so. And then in the second things, he realized, what does this mean for me? So I was open, and I said, yeah, I admit you did the great work. You know, I want to, so like a friend. I said, yes, without you, I would not have. I would not have heard of that case, Duncan McPherson. You started the investigation, and you came to the conclusion that it was this machine for the snow. And so I said, yeah, I want to praise him, yes, and help him, and not to put him down and say, you did nothing and I did all. No, I thought, we are so together, we help one each other. But I was open for all good words about his work, but I wanted to get the truth out. And he was thinking, and he was, for example, maybe in 1 or 2 years or so, we meet and then we talk and we call the media, and then we inform them somehow, and I said, okay, here we are. We found out a big sensation, and the sensation is proved. Now we have to tell it to the media, and he was holding back. He was breaking. He wanted to, in the future, and this was the thing, and I was pushing. Yeah, I was pushing. I was absolutely friendly in my how I wanted to tell to tell it to the media. I was open to praise him and talk all good about him. But now we have the sensation. Okay, a few weeks we can look how we make a press conference or somehow whatever, but not in the far past. And this was the things how we separated, and then what he did in this case. This is criminal. This is like a piece of shit. He betrayed me. He took the stuff from me, and his book he stayed like it is, but on his website he took some parts so that he's mentioned so a little bit, obviously the tracks, that he can, if there is a discussion, he can say, on my website I mentioned it, or so somehow, but as if this would be not so important. But it is absolutely important, because with this was what I did. You can make, this is for a forensic proof, and I also proved that the machine is amputating in a way that it is not clearly, not totally, and even if the body is in close and so, but also if not in close, this is not amputating totally. You need a knife. And so Duncan McPherson, I can tell you how it happened. Also, this guy, he was on the things with the snowboard on the piste on the track, or how I say he was going up down the hill with a snowboard, but it was late in the afternoon, so they were, it was near that they close their these routes here, that they close this, and then he had an accident, and then he was sitting on his snowboard. His leg was damaged, and he took out his shoe and looked to his feet and so, and he could not stand, and so he was sitting on his snowboard and was going down, but the going downhill, but was on his ass. And sitting on the snowboard, and then he could not good steering, and then there was there was fog, and so he came down the hill, and because it was late, it was all the Piste, was heißt Piste? Piste, Track, oder was heißt Piste? Scheiß Piste. Schneepiste. Snow Slope, oder? Ja. Slope. Slope. Snow. Ja, snow slope. Ja, also the snow slope got closed, and this and this guy was still on the slope, because the snow slope got closed. These machines already was on its way to prepare it for the next day, and then he came out, and he was on his ass on the snowboard, and his feet in front, and he was with the feet in front. He was going in the tracks, and then he was torn apart in the tracks, but and later something of his things and of his body also got into the dingsbums here, the tiller, but the amputation took place in the tracks, and you see here the eyes you don't see, but you see the body here, and you see this kind of amputation that is not complete. It is complete, yeah. But you see on one side it is good, totally clear amputated, and this side you have to have this stuff like I showed you in my video, like I showed you here, and you need the knife. So, also here but this is an excavator, but it is similar. This is similar, you know. And now I take it out, and I cannot take it in two parts. I need the knife. I need the knife. I should have shown it more, but I need the knife. And this one side is good, the other side you need the knife.
Körper getrennt. Unten beim Rausgehen ist es je nach Maschine unterschiedlich, ob wie gut die Haut unten abgetrennt wird. Das kann also sein, man muss mit dem Messer nacharbeiten.
So that's it. And this means, you know, this guy was not killed, must not have been killed, because he, in the first moment, his main body, his head, in the end, when he came out of the things, of the snow and all this stuff, his head was separated. But this did not happen in the accident, because then his head would be smashed, you know, if his head would have come into the tracks. No, his head and his main body, his organs were not damaged in a way that this guy had to die. He got amputated. He got amputated hand. He got amputated leg. But this happened in the past to many people, and they still live. So this guy was murdered. This guy was he was in the tracks, cut out, and then thrown into a hole and covered with snow. Yeah. So this means what I can prove means murder process. If in the end the judge says, okay, we don't regard it as a murder, blah, 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 blah. But this is open. But the facts, what I can prove, means this case is still active. Murder never gets, as in Austria, in Germany, or I think in America too, murder is not, for example, after 20 years, it's forgotten. No, a murder is never forgotten. So, what I can show here means, and also on the picture, there are, this. Look how this is cut. This is cut with a knife. This is cut with a knife here. Never ever does such things. If you get in such a machine, there is no way you get such a good cut. So in the end, I can prove it is enough proof to get into a process about murder. And then what comes out in the end, this is the judge will decide. But there is enough argument to still go to court with this. And it is proof that this was this machine. I have the forensic proof, and this piece of shit of how is it called? John Leake. He is like a criminal acting with no moral. He is only thinking to his success, to his money, to his fame, and he is betraying the public, and he is and even the he is hindering that the murder can be solved, that the crime can be solved. He is producing he started this. He had in the beginning he helped this case to get to the public. Yes, it was such a machine, but from that on, that it was such a machine, he only produced bullshit, because how he explained it, you cannot win a process. This is absolutely bullshit to say this would be the result of the tiller. This is bullshit. If you start telling this, you don't tell the truth. You have a story that does not add up. It is the process must. You lose the process. You're talking shit. A tiller cannot produce this. Period. You know, so all. This John Leake started these things, but then he only from one point on he only failed, and these are great deeds. They get no attention. It is unimaginable. A world of horror, a world of idiocy. A word of idiocy in so many cases, and this is some of my cases I talked about now, but it is absolutely terrible, and so what shall?
This is so much work. This is so much. You know, this is unimaginable much work, and so forensic proof and all measurements. You know, first I must get to this firm that produces this stuff, and after a while, I could not do it in one telephone call. After a while, they smelled that I'm making here, bringing something to the surface, and they are not interested. So they blocked me. They made it. They did not help me later, you know, and it was so difficult, so much work, and you know, and this woman is praising people for bullshit, you know. I'm not against her, but I have only negative experience with all in this true crime stuff, you know. The people that I in the past contacted, like this Mr. Ballen in America, he ignored it totally. He only wanted to publish his bullshit with no sense for quality or truth, nothing. And I don't want to make her angry. If she is nice, if she is willing to help the truth, okay, then I want to be nice. But when I hear, you know,
trainer that Missy had taken a photo with, related that the wife may have.
And I maybe I didn't. I have not all yet mind what she says. Maybe she has some good ideas, but. What I'm seeing here, you know,
including some of the best analytical minds in the true crime community.
See, she's talking about some of the best analytical mind in the true crime community, and when I compare this to my experiences, so I only get in contact with people producing bullshit, and when you get to them with genius conclusions and genius analysis, then they ignore it. So they, like I said, in the case Duncan McPherson, you have until today only published bullshit. Like this this John Leake stuff, yeah, and you don't get it to them, to the public, to the true crime community. There is no
analytic mind there that has, you know, you think if you have found out something, you get hurt somewhere, but I can go wherever I want. This is mystic. Like there is a, you know, for example, you only can compare it to the Bible. You know, for example, this Hiob, this guy who on one day all catastrophes came together in his life. But this was something, this was manipulated. God and Satan together made a deal, and behind the scene they staged something. This was not normal what happened to this guy. And so things, you know, this is not, you cannot explain it with normal life experience. I don't know how is this called, guy. Okay, and in English, this guy is called Job. Is this right? Job, Bible. Yeah, Job. Okay, this guy Job, you know, what happened to him on this day when all catastrophe broke loose? This was not, you know, if he would talk to a psychiatrist, this psychiatrist would explain him, yes, you don't think to conspiracy theories in life. Sometimes you have bad luck also, but yes, of course you have sometimes bad luck, but there this, for example, when you look what is reported in the Bible, how this came, this was so extreme what happened, and the explanation was that God and devil had a discussion, and later was and they both wanted, as a devil wanted to destroy Job, and God wanted to look how Job reacts when he gets so much trouble. And so this Job get extraordinary much trouble. And when the psychiatrist would tell, would try to explain Job's his situation, he would not be correct, because there can be situation when you have bad luck, but in the case of Job, it was another situation, and this I only can understand this in my life like this, because this is not normal. There are some people that are ignorant, there are this, and you can have bad luck, but so many years, what I experience in this world, this is not normal. You know, this is extraordinary, perverted idiots. You know, blinded idiots. These are cases with not. This is not speculation. I must have been world star. You know, think to this bridge. This bridge is for 40, 50 years. This is Geschichtsfälschung. On world stage, I bring my falsification of history. This is and I have proof. For about 7 or 8 years, I go to the people with proof, and they ignore it. And this is one part is falsification of history, but this is also mafia. You know, this is mafia. One thing is who is interested that this bridge is getting away. Okay, this we were analyzing, and this is also this is not my conclusion. Was not my conclusion. This I read. You know, what I did is to prove that it was blown up. This is my. I was not an insider that I knew from what was the motive, but other people wrote about the motive. This so this journalist, what he wrote is good, and so he questioned that when the architects say, the bridge just collapsed, and he questioned this, and so. But later I came to him with my proof, but because I'm not doctor, I'm not professor, and he is technically stupid, he also ignored me. He doubted that it was like it was in this report from the officials. This he doubted. Then I found out the proof that he was right with his doubts, but he ignored me totally and my proof, because I'm not the doctor or the professor. So this is terrible. This is crazy. But he, for example, was analyzing the motive. And I agreed with him about the motive, and so this I repeated here. But okay, we have the motive. They wanted to build this dam and this electricity plant there and all this stuff. Okay. And they could not have done it because the level of the river would rise, and then the ships would not fit under this bridge a few kilometers away. So okay, we have the motive, but who did it? You know, these are people, politicians and so on, and businessmen, for example, but. Even sagen wir, you know, blowing up a bridge and later hiding it from the public and having the right scientists to hiding it, having the media covering up the hiding it. This was not a small, you know, this was not a mafia boss who wanted to earn money and did here something. This was something like 9/11, you know, like 9/11. This was also okay. In 9/11, someone was this guy. Larry Silverstein, or how he was his name. He was the owner, and he got some money from insurances for the World Trade Center. But this, you cannot be owning a building and wanting something from the insurance and then making a 9/11. No, this is not possible. To making a 9/11, this you need the possibilities of a state. You know, this was so you need a CIA for such things, you know. That's the right name. Yeah, and so you know, this is a big thing. This is not this collapse or this blown up bridge. This is not a small thing. This is something, you know, when you looking for questions when you have questions and looking for answers, you get to the level of politics. This is world stage. This is world stage. You know this how is he called, this great journalist, the greatest investigator. Investigate Seymour Hersh. You know what I have done is greater than what Seymour Hersh is doing, because he is journalist and he is asking people. He has connection, but I also did the great thing on the level of a scientist. You know, I read this file not with on the level of a scientist. I read it on the level. I did not only read it on the level of a journalist. I found out things on the level of a scientist, and this is investigative journalism and science together. You know, this is more than Seymour Hersh what I did. Yeah, and I'm totally ignored. This is a life of horror between absolutely idiots and intellectual. If I say monster, then this leaks. It is. You can say monsters or something big. No, I mean worms, little worms, monstrous slime, terrible, hell on earth. The idiots I live among, it is hell on earth. And now I come with a case, Missy Bevers. There were other things in the US. I came with several. So when I get attention in the case Missy Bevers, there are several other cases. Other cases where I have something to say, important things. You know, you are also you have your true crime community and so, and I have several other sensations that get not to your attention. You know, because this is in the moment. I will not get to all of this scene. I will contact some. I contacted this Mr. Ballen, and he was. This was the case Duncan McPherson, and he was Versagen. He was. He failed. And now I will go to a few. Where is she? Moment. This woman. For example, I will contact her, and when she, and some maybe a few more, I cannot. She talking about the true crime community. I don't know your exact community. I will contact a few, but my experience in the past is all that I contact will fail, and then such a case will and the authorities will also ignore it, and then such stuff what I found out, all this stuff, this will be forgotten for decades, or what decades, for many years, yeah. So what do you expect from me? How long can I be totally normal? For example, when I send her my video or something, she will think, this guy is not so normal. How can I stay normal? I'm highly intelligent, and my arguments are logical and all, but on the social level, what I experience with idiots, how can I stay, as so many years I come friendly, I come with arguments, and I get ignored. What does it mean if you think, oh, this guy seems to be not so typically normal? Yes. How could I be? How could I be? Okay. So that were some thoughts from me. Now we will see.